the web at Woodcomb.com. Our Woodcomb Insurance coin toss. Leominster won the toss. They deferred. Algonquin has chosen to defend the Morton Street side or the end zone to our left. And it will be Leominster and Algonquin coming up for you. We've got the national anthem from the Leominster High School marching band on deck as well, as we wind ever that much closer to kickoff with just minutes to go here on our Rollstone Bank and Trust countdown to kickoff. Kate, we mentioned it right off the top, but never more important than you can mention it over and over and over again. This is a game Leominster must have.
Oh, I think there's no doubt about it. Must have. It sets the tone for the two crossover games and more, and most importantly sets the tone for what is coming up in the end of November with Thanksgiving, with a red-hot Fitchburg Red Raider team that is playoff bound. But right now we have the Leominster Marching Band and your national anthem coming up right now.
No better way to wrap up that Rollstone Bank and Trust countdown to kickoff than with our national anthem, brought to you by the Leominster High School Marching Band under the direction of their new band director, Bob Bergeron. Regular season home game of 2019 and of their senior career here in Leominster as well, and it is Leominster and Algonquin for you, and those 18 seniors get an opportunity tonight to set the table for the rest of 2019. Kate, we are ready for kickoff of Leominster and Algonquin.
We certainly are, and tonight's kickoff, as always, brought to you by Troy Hebert Construction, a proud supporter of Leominster High School football with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and over 25 years experience. Make Troy Hebert your first choice for your home construction, remodeling, and damage repair needs. Find Troy Hebert online at troyhebertconstruction.com and line up your free estimate today. And now with the call of the game, it's the voice of the Blue Devils, Todd Robbins.
All right, Kate, thank you so much. Happy to have you along with us tonight here on the K-Zone and Leominster TV. Santi Rodriguez has been handed the ball. He'll try to warm that up, and it will take the tee. 40-yard line at our right as Leominster will defend the goal to our immediate right, and they will be kicking from right to left across Doyle Field's Sport X surface. Rodriguez in the huddle with his kickoff squad. They fake the run out as they've been known to do throughout the 2019 season under special teams coordinator Brad Bentz. They will now retreat back to the 35-yard line and reline up. Rodriguez scans the line and now hard on the approach, and he will stop, throw on the brakes, and pooch it into the middle of the field. It will be returned, and on that return, coming up the middle of the field, it was one of the upmen, John Fontecchio. He's one of their linemen, also their place kicker for the Tomahawks. He fielded it on the one hop, made a halfway decent return, crossed the 35 and the 40, and was taken down at the 42-yard line, coming left to right. And the Tomahawks get decent starting field position as Leominster got a little cute with the kickoff, tried to drop it into open space.
Not a bad way to start if you are the Tomahawk special team unit. Decent field position and plenty of plenty of green in front of them to work with.
And here comes Riley Greenwald, and his squad umpire is still standing over the ball. They've got some personnel issues actually down on the field. They have an issue with the chains as the game kicked off. And, of course, no chain gang. And, of course, never miss an opportunity to mention the one and only Bob Cross, who I know is at home watching things live. 25 years, the captain of the Chain Gang with a fantastic volunteer crew. And, of course, most of them retired and well-deserved at this point in time from working the chains down on the field. But, of course, something Leominster sorely misses out there as well. Here comes Riley Greenwald, goes under center, and the quick handoff went underneath for the motion man. It was Nick Alessi. Alessi got the handoff and got driven back as the Leominster defense came right over the middle of the ball. They give him a loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11 as the ball gets moved back to the Tomahawk 42-yard line as they come left to right. Greenwald, the motion man, with the snap, give it to Stevens. Stevens goes to turn left corner, and he's wrapped and taken down on that one. Nice job by Liam Curtin to close from his corner spot. Throw a little lasso around the waist and take down the running back Stevens.
2 offensive plays for the Tomahawks and going in the wrong direction on both of them. A nice long 3rd down here. Blue Devils defense starts strong.
3rd and 13. Greenwald under center. The snap, play action fake, rolling to his right. Now eludes a couple of sets of defenders, heads toward the sideline, and throws a little dart toward the sideline. It's ruled incomplete on the near sideline, and the crew chief has dropped the flag.
Grounding.
And called it intentional grounding against Algonquin. They say the ball never got past the line of scrimmage. Remember, Federation rules, the ball only judgment. Did it cross the line of scrimmage? It does not matter whether the quarterback had rolled outside of the tackle box, as we hear in both college and professional rules, does not apply. So they will mark that ball back significantly back across the 30 to about the 27-yard line, and that's where the Tomahawks will punt. Coleman Hostage does the punting, gets a good snap, punts it away. It hops at the Leominster 49-yard line, and then will settle down right about the 48 where it will be touchdown, and that's where Leominster will have the football. 1st down and 10, their own 48-yard line. Coming right to left, Leominster win the home royal blue tops, royal blue bottoms, trimmed in white. White numerals front and back. Blue Devils in varsity lettering across the front of the chest. Classic Leominster white helmets with the metallic royal blue stripe up the middle. White grills and the nose bumper indicating 125 for season number 125 for Leominster football. Shotgun set for the quarterback, Constant. With the snap, give it to Justice Reynolds. Reynolds races to the corner from right side of formation to left, and he's able to move the ball out to midfield. Goes for a gain of 2 and 2nd down and 8. Comes up for the Blue Devils.
Last week, Justice Tyler Reynolds has 140 yards rushing for the Blue Devils. He did the vast majority of the rushing for Leominster last week. Starts it off right away, so no surprises. Give the ball to 26. Had a banner week last week. Let's see what he can do this week for the Blue Devil offense.
And here comes Caden Constant with trips wide to the right. Shotgun set, the snap, give it again to Reynolds. Reynolds takes it right into the right side of the formation. He's met there by a stack of the defensive line. I saw McAvoy, Fontecchio, Oknos, and Goss all there, the front 4 for the Tomahawks.
Going to be a loss of 1 on the play for Reynolds on that one, so it's going to be a 3rd down and about 8.5 to go.
Yeah, maybe a short loss on the play, Kate. They might have given him no gain. Ball just about midfield.
Oh, that was fortuitous.
Fortuitous. 3rd and 8 is going to be the call. Leominster needs to move the football to the Tomahawk 42 from right to left. Constant back to pass out of a gun with some time. Looks to step up in the pocket, and he's squared up and taken down to the backfield. A sack. Rio Ferguson, there he was, that middle linebacker. You heard Coach Devin Gates talk about Rio Ferguson, 4'4", all night long. Leominster was going to be looking for him in the middle of the field, both as a fullback on offense and middle linebacker on defense. He got loose over the middle, squared up the sophomore quarterback in Constant, and drove him back 4 yards. It'll be 4th down and 12 for Leominster, back to their own 41.
That's a name that you are going to be hearing quite a bit tonight in Rio Ferguson, making a statement there on third down.
Rodriguez stands at his own 35 to punt. Good snap. Gets the punt away with a nice spiral. It is fielded cleanly and then wrapped and taken down. Leominster's gunners got downfield quickly and were able to take down the return man who made a nice catch there. Was Derek Blanchard, the captain. Made a good catch out of the air, but then immediately swarmed on the play by Leominster. And I saw 19 in there, Danny Cabrera, who came on the scene last week making some key plays. And there he was again right away on special teams.
That's been one of the nice things now that we're into the thick of the season, hearing some new names making big contributions, particularly with the amount of injuries that Leominster has faced in the early goings. Now that we're in mid-season, they seem to be in mid-season form.
Greenwald with a split back set on 1st and 10 from their own 23. The snap and the give went right into the middle of the field there as they start to unpile. That was Rio Ferguson who got the first touch of the football offensively today. Got it back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. 2nd down from the 23-yard line. 2nd and 10 to go.
Right now, 3 different rushers providing the rushing attack for the Tomahawks. Stephen, Alessi, and Ferguson have all touched the ball. So coach said not necessarily a shell game, but smoke and mirrors on the rushing attack for Algonquin so far.
Straight back eye behind Greenwald this time. Ferguson dots the eye standing up. The snap, and they give it to Ferguson. First man through the hole. Bounces off pinball style into the defense. Works his way to the 30-yard line before being taken down, and with a 2nd down run of about 7, it'll be 3rd down and manageable at 3rd and 3.
Right now, both of the offensive drives for Leominster and Algonquin resulting in a 3-and-out. So right now, I think you're going to see the ball go into Ferguson's hands. They need a long 3 yards from him to get the first down for the Tomahawks.
Greenwald under center on 3rd down and 3 to go. The snap, it was double wing set this time. Cassius Clay gets the handoff, and Clay races to the right edge. He's caught from behind and taken down. Arlie Galot from his safety spot comes down and wraps him up and takes down Cassius Clay.
That's a name that you've been waiting all week long to be able to say.
You know, I talk about great names in football. Cassius Clay is a great name in sports.
Right now, he comes up lame after that play, does number 3, Cassius Clay. For the Tomahawks, he's being assisted off the field by longtime athletic trainer for Leominster, Hall of Fame trainer, that is. Correct, Todd?
That is correct, Diane Parent. And Clay getting helped over to the sideline. Coach Taylor Allen picked them up about halfway over and is walking with Clay over to the sideline.
Out for a stroll.
Yeah, he got a little hitch in the giddy up there. You can kind of see.
He certainly does.
As he heads over toward the sideline. Riley Greenwald, they pass as they head over to the sideline, talking with the coordinator over on the sideline. They face a 4th down and 3 to go. They stand at their own 31-yard line.
Here comes the punt team.
Yeah, they'll make the wholesale change on both sides of the ball. Return will go out for Leominster, and JV Rodriguez will drop back in punt return formation. Coleman Hostage does the punting, stands at his own 15 for the Tomahawks to await the snap as we go under 7 minutes.
High snap.
Hostage with a very high snap, got driven back, he touched the football, and Leominster will make the recovery. Coming in over the middle, it's Liam Curtin. Curtin got loose over the middle of the play. The play took long enough, Hostage knocked it down, was not able to field it cleanly as he got pushed back, and Curtin picks up the loose ball in Leominster. Picks up the ball on the turnover on downs with great field position. 1st and 10 at the Tomahawk 11-yard line going right to left.
Not too shabby there. They'll take that.
Get a good look at it with our partners on Leominster TV, and Liam Curtin goes untouched for that football. Pistol set, trips open to the right for Leominster on 1st and 10. The 11 rolls out, does Caden Constant, snaps underneath, pass complete, and then forward progress is stopped. That was Rodriguez making the catch. He was slot to the right and made the nice catch underneath.
It's going to be a gain of 6.
And for Leominster, that will go for a gain of 6. 2nd down, 4 to go. They can reset the sticks at the 1-yard line, or they're 1 yard from pay dirt from there. Pistol set, Reynolds the back, the snap, and he will get the carry. Got a block at the edge. One more, breaks him loose for Gillott, and into the end zone for Justice Reynolds, and a Leominster touchdown. 6:03 to play in the first quarter, and Leominster draws first blood with a huge special teams recovery for Liam Curtin. Sets up 2 plays and a Justice Reynolds run for 6. Rodriguez for the point after Eamon Durkin does the holding. Good snap, they get the ball down, and Rodriguez looking more and more comfortable every week. Drives that ball up onto the Morton Street Hill, and Leominster has the 7-0 lead with 6:03 to play here in the first quarter. Kate will use this opportunity to meet that Leominster starting offense. It's brought to you by Leominster Credit Union. Make your plans happen at LCU. It starts with membership. Check them out on the web at leominstercu.com. At Leominster Credit Union, you're somebody. The Leominster offense brought to you by Leominster Credit Union.
Caden Constant, number 17, sophomore.
Roshan Dixon, number 4, junior, running back.
Justice Tyler Reynolds, 26, senior, running back.
Ali Gillot, number 1, senior, wide receiver.
JC Core, number 6, junior.
Jack Philbin, 33, junior, tight end. Darian O'Brien, 82, senior, tight end.
Kyle Philbin, number 51, junior, O-tackle.
Savian Batalis, number 75, senior, tackle.
Anthony Tossi, number 54, senior, center.
Micah Stinson, number 52, senior, offensive guard.
Joe Conlon, number 72, senior, right tackle.
And the ball gets driven downfield from right to left by Rodriguez. It drops into the middle of the field again. It is scooped for a return by the Tomahawks. That was Will Paglia on the return. He scooped it up, got met by a stack of Leominster defenders and pushed back. They give him his point of farthest progress, which will set the Tomahawks up at their own 25-yard line, first down and 10, from their own 25 going left to right.
Pretty nice offensive drive for the Leominster Blue Devils. 2 plays covering 11 yards and 1 minute of game clock. It ends with the 60-yard touchdown rush by Reynolds. PAT is good. Blue Devils are up 7-0 right now with 5:55 to go in the first quarter.
Tomahawks taking an extended time talking with Coach Taylor Allen on that 40-second play clock. They're already under 10 according to the back judge.
And they are not hustling.
No, they are not getting to the line fast at all. Back judge has already got his hand on the flag, and there it is. The flag goes up.
Now I will repeat.
For a delay of game.
Per Federation rules, I did not see the lateral motion, hand motion. I just saw the 10-second runoff. There was no lateral hand motion, so even if Algonquin had been watching, they would not have known when the 5 seconds was coming up because improper hand signal from the back judge.
But did not deliver the mechanics as they have been instructed by the Federation. On 1st and 15, Rio Ferguson gets the carry after the 5-yard enforcement. He takes it up the middle of the field across the 20 and dragged down at the 22-yard line. So gains a couple, makes it 2nd down and 13 for the Tomahawks coming left to right. 5.5 to play here in the first quarter.
That was Rio Ferguson's 3rd carry of the night thus far. A total of 9 yards for the number 1 running back for the Tomahawks thus far.
I set behind Greenwald, twin receivers out to the left. The snap, they go pitch to the edge this time for Ferguson. Ferguson will turn the left corner, goes vertical, across the 25, and continues to drive the back forward across the 30, near the 35, out of bounds, and that is in the neighborhood of a first down for the Tomahawks.
It is. It's going to be about a pickup of 11. I think he's going to be short by 1 yard, so I think it's going to be 3rd and 1 right now from the 34-yard line. So the Tomahawks right now 3rd and 1, need 1 to go. Rio Ferguson incredibly impressive on that outside edge as part of the rushing attack. Leominster's defense has done a really nice job containing that outside edge for most of the season, and that was impressive. It took multiple people to take him down, so explosive on the outside edge is Ferguson.
3rd and a yard out of an eye for Greenwald, twin receivers to the right. There's the snap from under center and the give for Ferguson, and Ferguson's momentum got turned away from the 35-yard line, but the wing officials said he got there. They actually mark him across the 35 to the 35 and 1/2, and it's a first down for Algonquin, keeps the drive alive.
Yeah, that one was marked a first down pretty quickly, but forward progress looked like he had the line to gain without any problem. But like you said, his forward momentum did stop and he kind of moved laterally. But it did look like he had the first down with room to spare.
Out of an eye this time, receivers were split to either side. Ferguson gets the carry again, took it toward left edge, crossed the 40-yard line and stacked up right around the 43. players unpile there.
Something clearly going on in game preparation for Algonquin in this week. They are clearly seeing a vulnerability on that left side, so the right side of the defensive front for Leominster. Either they have someone that's in the second level of the defense that cannot set that outside edge for the defense, and right now Ferguson is taking big 5 and 6 yard chunks at a whack on that outside edge, our far outside edge, left outside edge for the offense.
Second down, 3 to go from their own 42. Out of an eye again, the snap and the pitch back, and Ferguson will go to the right this time, and this time he's met by a wall of Leominster defenders and taken down.
Right now, that right side, every time Ferguson has gone to the right-hand side, that Leominster defense has absolutely swallowed him up. He's been having a lot of more success going to his left. Obviously, you need to keep the defense honest there so that they don't pack that right side of their defense. But right now, Ferguson finding a lot of vulnerability on the left-hand side and finding a wall anytime he goes to his right.
JV Rodriguez came up to make the tackle, and he had a good handful of Ferguson's face mask he got away with. 3rd and a yard. Ferguson gets the carry this time. Stopped initially, but the play continues. He falls off the pack, and the defense caves, and it's a first down for the Tomahawks and Rio Ferguson as he moves the football on 3rd effort to the 47-yard line.
Number 72 for the Blue Devils, Joe Conlon, had him wrapped up in the backfield, but Ferguson so impressive, taking multiple people to take him down. He simply just drives forward to get that first down. When you get that 3rd and short and it becomes manageable, when you have a powerful back like Ferguson, it's going to take more than one person. Joe Conlon, it looked like he had him dead to rights in the backfield.
Out of an eye this time, Ferguson dots twin receivers to the left. Under 3 minutes to play here in quarter one. There's the snap and the give to Ferguson. Who else? He works his way off left edge, leans toward the 49-yard line, gains 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 as we go under 2.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 7-0 is Leominster's lead on top of Algonquin. Tomahawks making their best concerted drive of this first quarter on this series. They are wearing the white tops, white bottoms, trimmed in maroon, the classic Tomahawk maroon helmets with these new kind of swooping stripes coming from the back to the top. They narrow as they work their way to the crown of the helmet. White grills, maroon numerals, front and back, Algonquin in varsity letters on the front of the chest. Here's the snap and the give for Cassius Clay. Clay into the middle of the pile. He got stood up right about midfield, so it'll go for a gain of 2, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 to go from midfield.
An interesting choice considering Clay came up lame on the one other carry that he did have. Also interesting that they choose to send Clay to the right, or clearly not the vulnerable part of the Leominster defensive front right now, which puts them midfield, but it puts them in a position where they have 3rd and about 7 to go. They need to keep a drive sustained here. That's not necessarily what I would have thought they would have chosen to do on 2nd down and long.
Under 90 seconds in a fast-moving first quarter. 3rd down and 6 to go from midfield for the Tomahawks. Motion man, it was a play-action fake for Greenwald out of a gun. Snaps a pass over the middle toward the Leominster 40. A pop made there, and incomplete goes the pass. Nice play there by Liam Curtin in the neighborhood, and it looked like Derek Blanchard, the tight end, was the intended receiver.
That right there, the first attempted pass by the Tomahawks of the night falls incomplete, and that one not necessarily very close, not sent into traffic, but you put yourself in a position when you go 3rd and 7, 3rd and moderate, that you got to find something to get things going on the play clock.
Coach Taylor Allen has decided this is the moment to go for it. 4th down and 6 to go. Sends a man in motion. Greenwald out of a gun. Play action fake. Whistles and a flag kills the play. And procedure called against the Tomahawks will be a 5-yard penalty. Take them back to their side of midfield and 4th down and long. And that will bring Coleman hostage in the punting unit onto the field.
I think that then made the choice for them.
Indeed it did, Kate, and it certainly looked like it was setting up for a go-for-it on 4th down mentality, and Greenwald looked like he was going right back to the tight end Blanchard again, and it was all for naught. So 4th and 12 from their own 45. Ball the hostage, punting from his own 35. Nice spiral downfield. They call poison. That might have been touched by a couple of different players. Down on the field, the Tomahawks are on top of it at the Leominster 31-yard line, but they say it was first touched by the Tomahawks, and it is Leominster football. Leominster may have caught a break on that one.
Phew. They'll take it. Need a break. Need a break every now and then.
Without a doubt. Check of the time and temperature brought to you by Acme Carpet One in Lunenburg, a local family-owned floor covering store doing business in the same location for over 50 years. There's lots of pros and cons in the flooring business, and these are the pros. Online at acmecarpet1.com. 43 degrees under clear skies, feels like the upper 30s on a clear, cool night at historic Doyle Field at 19 minutes past 7 on a Friday night, November the 1st. Constant back to pass on first down snap. That one over the middle. It was long of his intended target, the tight end, Darian O'Brien, on a go route up the middle of the field. And the pass will fall harmlessly incomplete and bring up 2nd and 10 from the Leominster 31 going right to left.
I think eventually they're going to connect on that. That's a beautiful ball coming out of Constant's hand. I think if he brings it down just a bit, I think that he's going to connect with O'Brien, and that one's going to go for a while.
2nd and 10 from their own 31. Out of a gun, the snap for Constant. Give it to Reynolds. Reynolds took an initial hit moving forward, then made his way to the left edge, moving laterally across the 31, and Ferguson will clean it up along the left edge of the play. So that'll go for no gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10 from the Leominster 31, passing 30 seconds to play here in quarter number 1, and Leominster nursing that 7-0 lead, all made by a Liam Curtin special teams play on 4th down on a previous Tomahawk drive, and Leominster 2 plays later ran it in with Justice Reynolds.
The only first down the Blue Devils offense has had in this ball game thus far, but they've only run 7 plays on offense.
And Coach Devin Gates is going to let the clock expire in the first quarter and take a 7-0 lead as the teams will change ends for second quarter action when we come back. This is Leominster football on the K-Zone. Bonus coverage for those of you joining us on Leominster TV. First chance we get to exclusively say hello to you tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of this one. Great crew of folks here bringing you views all over the stadium tonight. And happy to have you along with us on Leominster TV, Comcast, Verizon, Leominster TV. And about 40 of you joining us on Leominster TV's Facebook page as well.
Everybody.
We say hello there.
Hi.
Jack runs all the way upstairs to say hello to us, but we're glad to have you with us on another cold, cool Friday night here at historic Doyle Field. Kate, we've seen a dandy thus far.
It has, absolutely. You mentioned we're all bundled up here in the press box, but Roberto Rodriguez is talking to us on Facebook, I believe, down in Florida. Yet again, he likes to tell us every single week, oh, we're finally getting a break from the humidity. I'm just jealous.
A beautiful night down there. Check in with us on Facebook. We always love saying hello. Teams change ends. We begin the second quarter. Leominster goes left to right on 3rd down and 9 out of a gun. Constant back to pass, keeping the play alive, still improvising, looking downfield. Pretty much a coverage sack, and now a flag out at the end of the play as Constant will take it forward by a couple of yards to the Leominster 37-ish yard line where it will go out of bounds. But there's a flag out toward the Leominster backfield right around the 34-yard line.
Conversation going on about it as well.
Coach Taylor Allen trying to figure out his options here. So clearly this is going to go against Leominster.
Yeah, in the area of a hold.
Yeah, indeed. And of course, the longer a play hangs like that, the more likely it is somebody's going to hold to try to create an opportunity for the quarterback. So Coach Taylor Allen of the Tomahawks declines that holding penalty. They'll take the progress of the play, but more importantly, the down.
4th down.
It'll bring up 4th down and 4 to go at the Leominster 36-yard line, going left to right. And Santee Rodriguez and the punt team is out on the field for Leominster.
Leominster's offense still struggling to get things going.
Blanchard stands back at his own 35 to receive the Santee Rodriguez kick. He'll receive to punt at his own 25. Good snap, head high, gets it, fields it, and lets off a wobbler. They call poison, does Blanchard, as the ball will pop right around the 35-yard line, and Leominster's gunners will close and touch it down right across the 35 at about the 34 1/2 yard line as the Tomahawks will come from right to left in this second quarter of action. 11-10 to play here in quarter 2, and Leominster with the 7-0 lead as we begin second quarter action. Kate, an opportunity for our hardworking player spotlight. It's brought to you by High Country Workwear in Leominster, the store that works for you. From medical wear to chef's coats, rain gear, and more, they even offer custom embroidery. High Country Workwear, 155 Hamilton Street in Leominster. Online at highcountryworkwear.com. LHScom. We'll have that hard-working player spotlight in a moment. But first, a Wildcat gun here with Rio Ferguson taking the direct snap on first down and 10. He'll start the race for the left edge. He'll make it to left corner across the 35 and move the ball forward to the 38-yard line. Goes for a gain of 3, second down and 7. It didn't look great at the start, but Rio Ferguson determined to get those 3 yards.
Right now, he is going to be my hard-working spotlight right now. That was his 10th rushing attempt. He's got 37 yards. He's averaging 4.1 yards a carry, but right now it's been the Rio Ferguson show for Algonquin.
Second and 7, the direct snap to Ferguson again. He takes it into the A gap, moves the ball to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 2 more, and it will bring up a third down and 5 to go for the Tomahawks. Their own 40-yard line going right to left. 10:45 to play here in the second quarter.
So many third downs already in this game, and neither offense, neither the Blue Devils nor the Tomahawks really able to get anything going on offense. Leominster's offense had a very fortunate and fortuitous 11-yard drive in 2 plays, so they were able to get business done in the first. But right now, it's been third down game.
Quad receivers set up to the right of the formation as Riley Greenwald returns to the quarterback spot. Out of the gun, the snap, he'll roll toward his quad at the right. He'll throw downfield. He'll find his tight end, Derek Blanchard, with the catch across the Leominster 45 to the 43-yard line, and it is a Tomahawk first down on a gain of, Kate, I missed the number.
15.
15, thank you so much.
That's why I'm here.
As we wind down toward 10 minutes to play here in the first half, Tomahawks keep the drive alive on a 1st and 10 at the Leominster 43-yard line going right to left. Man goes in motion left to right. It's a snap to Ferguson. Ferguson with the flip going back to Stevens. Stevens has got left corner as they reverse fields. He'll work his way upfield across the 35 and then the 30. Liam Curtin jumps on the back of Stevens and rides him Bronco style down for about 13 yards. It goes Stevens on the carry, but Curtin determined to break that Bronco, gets him down at the 30-yard line.
Nice job in pursuit there. Stevens looked like he was going to be able to break out, and there was going to be quite a lot of green in front of him. I was getting nervous that he was going to be able to break that last tackle and find his way to the end zone, but a nice job by Curtin there to wrap up and bring him down.
1st and 10 for the Tomahawks at the Leominster 30 going right to left. Under center this time out of an eye. It's Greenwald with the snap. He'll pitch it back for Ferguson. Ferguson races his way out to the right edge, cross the 30-yard line, now 25, go 20, and angled out of bounds across the 20 at the 16. It's a gain of 14 on that one for Rio Ferguson, and Ferguson keeps that motor running, and the Tomahawks as well.
And that is 3 first down plays in a row for the Tomahawks. And if you're Leominster's defense, that's exactly what you do not want to see. Right now in this game, up until this point, and this drive, both Leominster and Algonquin's offense is really struggling to get things going. But if you're going to give up plays of 11 and 13 and 15 yards at a whack, it's going to be very difficult to stop that offensive attack.
1st and 10 Tomahawks at the Blue Devils 17-yard line. Greenwald under center with a single back. Snap, play action, fake, drops back to pass now. Snaps it out to the left. Pass caught and complete there for Colin Wing, the left tight end on that series. And Wing keeps himself moving across the 10, taken down just shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. And it will set up a Tomahawk first down and goal to go from the 6-yard line as Greenwald finds Wing.
Wing, an impressive physical specimen, a pretty large human to bring down. A gain of 13 for him to make it 1st and goal from the 5 for Algonquin.
2 back split, shifted to the left, give it to Ferguson. Ferguson takes the handoff to the right, goes untouched up the middle of the Leominster defense and into the end zone for a Tomahawk touchdown.
It's going to be a 5-yard touchdown rush for Ferguson and the Tomahawks there.
And Algonquin is within 1. 7-6 Leominster, 8.5 minutes to play, second quarter. And the Tomahawks traditionally do go for 2, and they've used this formation a number of times this season. Snap, roll out to the right, the dart throw into the end zone, found the tight end. Derek Blanchard makes the catch in single coverage, and the 2-point conversion is good. Teams coming back up the field. 8:30 to play in the second quarter, the score. Algonquin 8 and Leominster 7. A break, and we're back with more. This is Leominster football on the K-Zone. Bonus coverage for those of you joining us on Leominster TV. We thank our great underwriters that make this great sports programming possible. Medical Arts Hearing Instruments, the Il Camino Restaurant, and MP Crowley Company Incorporated. Thank you all so much for your support of this great local programming and local staff here at Leominster TV. Inside on a chilly night here at Doyle Field. Ball on the tee, 40-yard line at our right. Coleman Hostage, the left-footed kicker, will step up to take the kickoff here through the hands of Larry Naujum. And JV Rodriguez has to go back to pick it up, and he will. Now come back across the 20, 25. He's got the right edge. Whistles kill the play behind him as Rodriguez keeps moving down the field across the 45. And they say he stepped out back at the Leominster 33-yard line. JV Rodriguez turned nothing into something there as that ball went through the hands of Larry Naujum. He had to go back, pick it up with dead flat-footed, picks it up and starts the run out, got the sideline, and just ran out of real estate, stepping out of bounds.
Could have been more. It ends up being a return for 18 yards. It could have been much, much more for Rodriguez, but they'll take the 18. Decent starting position on their own 34-yard lines for this drive.
Yeah, 1st and 10 from their own 34 for Leominster. And the first touch of the day with Bryant Cordero. Cordero, got a handful of face masks there right in front of the wing official on the near sideline. And he got spun down on the play right around the 35-yard line. He is up and heading back toward his huddle, shaking off that one.
That hurt.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be a major face mask against the Tomahawks. We'll get a good look at it here on replay.
Of course Jack Selly has it. Of course Jack Selly has it. Ba-bam.
Yeah, full on. But, of course, they each had each other's face masks as they went to the ground. Very lucky that didn't end up offsetting, as both had a handful
only going to be a 5.
masks. And they make that not a major face mask for 15, but instead an inadvertent face mask at 5 yards.
That looked pretty major to me.
And they will move that ball after the 5-yard enforcement to the 43-yard line at right hash, and it will set up a first down and a yard to go. Make it second down, they'll reset the down. Give it this time once again to Cordero. Cordero into the pile, got cut low by the linebacker, Blanchard. And no gain on the play, maybe even a short loss. It'll be third and about a yard and a half for Leominster. They need to move the football to their own 44-yard line for a first down. 7.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
Leominster's offense still looking for their second first down of this game.
Pistol set, Cordero the back. A snap for Constant, the give to Cordero. Cordero steps in a bear trap and then is thrown back by the Tomahawks. Finished off there by John Fontecchio, but he had some help down on the ground as well. It looked like Will Paglia was in on that one.
Right now, Leominster's offense just cannot seem to keep a drive sustained on that one. Again, no first downs on that drive and only a total gain of 6 offensive yards, and forced to punt yet again are the Blue Devils.
And Santi Rodriguez back on the field, stands at his own 28-yard line to punt on 4th down and 4 to go. Jack Philbin, the up men, signals for the snap. Nice snap to Rodriguez, and he'll put a good right foot into it. It will hop at the Tomahawk 25-yard line, killing the ball, but it will keep rolling downfield on end and be touched down at the 15-yard line. Got a 10-yard roll at the end of that one, and that will set up Algonquin football 1st and 10, their own 15-yard line coming right to left. And as we said a little while ago, Kate, Santi Rodriguez growing into that role as a kicker more and more as the weeks go by.
It's been nice to see, and you can see his confidence just growing with every single week. So on special teams, certainly a bright spot is Santi Rodriguez right now. One thing I do want to mention, I'm a little bit concerned. Right now, Leominster's offense has drives of 1 minute and 30, a minute, and a minute only. They need to get the ball and keep it.
It's about 4.5 minutes of possession, if I'm right.
You got that right.
On 1st down and 10 from their own 15, Ferguson got it on the carry carry out to the right with some room across the 25 and taken down just shy of the 30 at the 29. It's a gain of 15 for the Tomahawks and another first down. They've got more room to work with.
First downs are now starting to pile up, and Rio Ferguson, that was his 14th carry. He's got 72 yards. He's averaging 5.5 yards per carry. With every offensive drive, his average per rush is going up and up and up. Right now, he's got Leominster's number. A timeout for Algonquin here. It's going to be their first of the first half.
Yeah, they'll take their first charge timeout of the first half, just under 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 8-7 Algonquin's lead, and Kate, Larry Zonka-esque, I would say, for Rio Ferguson. He's got that deadly quick first step, which for a fullback, good size, over 6 feet tall, broad. He's got quick, explosive speed once he gets the football.
And that's probably the most impressive part, is that he's got quite a lot of size to him, but you can just see him get to that second gear and then that third gear and just absolutely explosive, and he is just moving at a clip, and he's able to just go right by the defenders. He's getting to that second level of the Leominster Blue Devil defense before you can bat an eyelash. None of the defenders are able to get into the backfield right now and stop his forward progress, and right now he's just blowing right by both the first and second levels of the Blue Devils defense and really struggling to contain him. And the more that we see him touch the ball, the more comfortable and the more yardage that he's getting, he's becoming even more effective as the game moves on.
Out of the Tomahawk timeout. 1st and 10, their own 31 at right hash, coming right to left. Out of an eye, Ferguson gets the carry, coming to the left side of the formation this time. He's got the left edge, and he's got midfield. He's off to the races with a whole bunch of blue chasing him. Down the sideline, across the 15. Liam Curtin makes a diving attempt. He's into the end zone for the Tomahawk touchdown. 69-yard run to pay dirt, but there is a flag out on the play. It came toward the end. It dropped right around the Blue Devil 27-yard line. And what does that do to the touchdown? Preliminary signal looks like a personal foul. Personal foul, blindside block against the Tomahawks. It will be enforced from the 27-yard line. Take the touchdown down off the board and nullify a beautiful 69-yard run to pay dirt for Rio Ferguson.
So it's probably going to be assessed from all the way over there.
It was assessed from the 27, Kate. They marked it back. 15 on the personal foul, puts it at the 42-yard line of Leominster. So still a good run.
Still a good run.
After the enforcement, but not that touchdown run that Ferguson had actually had.
I'm on the math. I'm on the math right now. I'm on the math. It's going to be a 42-yard gain.
Not bad after taking a 15-yard enforcement. On 1st and 10, Cassius Clay out of the eye gets the handoff. Clay will race toward the right edge. He battles his way to the 40-yard line as he makes his way up out of the backfield. It'll go for a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
And I think that's what Algonquin has to do. They need to get the ball into the backs of Alessi, Stevens, Clay, in addition to this incredibly efficient rushing attack of Ferguson. He can't be expected. He's already got 15 touches for 114 yards on the ground for the Tomahawks, but he can't be expected to touch the ball on every single play. If he gets hurt, you have nobody to be able to rush. So they've got to start to move things around. You saw them try to go to Clay, and he got a little bit injured, trying to mix things up with him right now.
One dimensionality, the last thing you want to be. Cassius Clay, the motion man, threw a little feint, and then the give went to Ferguson. Ferguson got stacked up in the backfield and taken down on that one.
That's what we like to see from the Blue Devil defense. That's one of the few times tonight that they've been able to penetrate into that line of scrimmage and stop Ferguson in the backfield. Ferguson, because of that explosive first step, has been able to get right by the defensive line for the Blue Devils, and he's been able to get to that second level of the defense, and then it becomes a horse race, and right now he's the thoroughbred that's faster than everybody else. So kudos to the defensive line for the Blue Devils, stopping him at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 10 from the Leominster 42. Shotgun snap to Greenwald. Rolls out. There's a flag out on the play. The pass is snared out of the air, going into the boundary for Derek Blanchard, the tight end. Looks like for the moment he's about a yard shy of a first down, but there is a flag down right about the 36-yard line of Leominster.
If it's against Leominster, it's going to be a gain of 9 plus whatever the penalty is assessed.
Coach Taylor Allen acting as a shadow to that official conversation toward the numbers on his sideline. And the signal is pass interference, offensive against the Tomahawks.
That negates the 9-yard pickup there.
So they saw a push-off there, not clearly on the resulting catch. So the push-off must have been underneath because the flag came before the catch was made. 4:03 to play here, second quarter, and it nullifies another good gain for the Tomahawks.
But it is assessed from the point of the penalty.
Of course it
so
is.
it's going to be about a 5-yard pickup, but then it's going to be a 5-yard loss. So
yeah, so they
back
mark
'em
the
up.
ball back across the Blue Devil 45 to the 47-yard line at right hash, setting up a third down and long to go. Tomahawks need to move the football to the Leominster 32 for a first down. Shotgun snap for Greenwald. Dropped on 5 steps. Got pushed out of the pocket to his right. Throws back across the field. It's a wobbler. Jump ball. There was a bump. Everybody's juggling it. And I believe the Tomahawks came down with it. It is marked as a catch for Algonquin. I believe Blanchard came out with it. And it's a gain of 23.
that was a bit of a circus right there, but sure-handed Blanchard, I believe, on that catch. If it's number 20, then that's who it is. It is not.
It's not. It's one underneath there. Kate Nick Alessi in the jump ball as we get a little help on the replay from Leominster TV. Meanwhile, back at first down, Cassius Clay with the carry into the first level. He gets turned away after a gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8 to go. Football at the 21, make it the 22-yard line of Leominster. Going right to left, under 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. And right now an 8-7 Algonquin lead.
With that circus catch, that was the 3rd first down for the Tomahawks in the drive.
That was a back and forth circus catch. Sometimes great defense can lead to an offensive victory, and that ball may have been tipped back and forth a couple of times and kept it alive for the catch. Dart over the middle here on second down and 8. Juggled and incomplete. Couple of Leominster jerseys in the neighborhood there. Blanchard, the tight end, was the intended receiver. The ball falls harmlessly to the Doyle turf for third down and 8 for Algonquin. Ball at the Leominster 22-yard line just inside of right hash. Clock stopped on the incompletion. 2:32 to play in the second quarter. 8-7 Algonquin's lead, and the Tomahawks would like to keep this drive alive.
Right now, with that incomplete pass, Greenwald is 3 of 5 for 51 yards passing. 60% of his passes have been completed thus far.
On 3rd and 8. A little fake of the screen, now roll to the right for Greenwald, throws back into the line, complete for Ferguson, and he's stacked up. Micah Stinson is there, as is Anthony Tossi, and a host of others, Danny Cabrera as well.
It's going to go for a loss of 1 even on the completion, so it's going to bring 4th down and 9 to go from the Blue Devil 22-yard line, so there's going to be a timeout, I believe.
Yeah, Coach Devin Gates took a timeout, his first of the first half. We'll stop the clock and leave the maximum amount of time Leominster can have. Hopefully coming up after the punt is the plan. Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, brought to you by Hometown Bank. They don't answer to Wall Street. They answer to you. Fraticelli Oil Company, the place to save heating dollars. Daewoo North Superstore, the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. And ROI Office Furniture and Systems, quality, value, and service without exception. We thank you all so much for your support of Leominster High School football on the K-Zone. Leominster High School football on the K-Zone also brought to you by Fidelity Bank, helping you get where you want to be with heart. Clear Path for Veterans New England by Northeast Insurance, supporting the journey home. And Leominster Monument Company, where memories are forever. We thank all of you so much for your support of Leominster High School football on the K-Zone.
Todd, right now Algonquin's offense appears to be staying on the field for 4th down and 9 from the Leominster 23. They are 0 of 1 on 4th down tonight, are the Tomahawks, so they're going for it here.
4th and 9 from the Leominster 22. Shotgun snap for Greenwald. Immediately pushed out of the pocket by Jack Philbin. He'll get to the sideline and throw. Separated from the football is Blanchard as he's hit with a little shoulder shiver, and that pass will fall incomplete.
Eamon Durkin on that with the shoulder shiver, and Jack Philbin with the just the absolute dogged pursuit of Greenwald in the backfield. kind of a double-pronged attack for the Blue Devils defense, making that one fall harmlessly incomplete on 4th down.
And great timing by Eamon Durkin to get there
Yes.
and make the contact as the football arrived. The timing was right on the money, and he separated Derek Blanchard from the football, and Blanchard is up on his own power and heading toward the sideline. Coach Taylor Allen was not happy. He came sprinting on the field toward the wing official on that sideline looking for pass interference and didn't get it.
Timing looked epic on that one. It was right as the ball was arriving, and Durkin, like you said, with the shoulder shimmy, and he just gets it out.
Leominster gets the football back, 1st and 10, their own 22. Constant with the shotgun snap, calls his own number, takes it out to the left edge, across the 30-35. Flag out on the play as Constant steered down at the Leominster 36-yard line, and it looks like in the area of holding right now it's a gain of 12. We'll see where the enforcement comes.
That ball's
Holding
going
against
back.
Leominster will nullify that one and even up the flag or lack thereof from the pass interference. Mark the ball back. It'll be a replay of 1st down after the enforcement to the Leominster 25-yard line, just inside of left hash. Shotgun set, trips open to the right. Constant, got all sorts of time. Looks out to his right and throws toward the boundary. It is caught there by the tight end, Darian O'Brien, but inbounds, and the clock will continue to run on the gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
It's only going to be a gain of 1 as the line of scrimmage.
Oh, thank you, Kate. Yes,
It's going to be
right.
a gain of 2 on that one. A lot of time lost as the clock continues to run, and a lot of field that needs to be covered.
Leominster still has 2 timeouts and a minute and 20 to play. Constant back to pass on 2nd down. Looks to his left and throws. That pass is caught. It is caught there by Arlie Gillott, and then making the hold on the play is absolutely Rio Ferguson, and Gillott was just spinning and spinning and spinning, and a death hold there by Ferguson as if he was holding onto an alligator in a death roll, as Gillott was just spinning, trying to make himself free, and just could not do it.
Right now you have kind of an interesting conundrum. Leominster moving things a little bit, but only taking 2- and 3-yard chunks. They find themselves now in a 3rd and short. They need to get the 1st down, but the clock continuously becoming a problem. A timeout now for this one with the clock.
It's the timeout clock. About 38 seconds running
Fantastic.
there.
I do want to give a quick shout out. We have Kate Ann Facile checking in from Methuen, and Alan Gallagher watching from Omaha, Nebraska, saying go blue. Love it on the
Leominster
Facebook
fans
Live.
all around the nation, and happy to bring you Leominster football week in and week out for 10 years straight on the K-Zone and Leominster TV. Leominster TV into their 21st year of televised coverage of Leominster High School football, dating back to the season of 1999. Flags out on the play after the Leominster timeout, and it's a procedure called Gillott, the receiver, getting pointed at. He must have flinched as he was coming set at the line. So a 5-yard penalty, and this Leominster drive is caught in the mud as it gets enforced back toward the 25-yard line of Leominster.
21 years, that must mean you're old. I think that's what that means. I'm sure everyone would agree.
Yes, it does. Getting older and older and older, Kate, by the minute. Thanks for noticing.
And I'll let you know every time.
3rd down and 7 to go. Constant with the shotgun snap, running for his life out to the right. He will throw downfield, and where nobody could catch it, J.V. Rodriguez will be considered the intended receiver. He was closest. The pass will fall incomplete. 4th down and 7 to go for Leominster from their own 26. Punt team on the field with a minute and 2 seconds to play here in the 1st half.
Right now, the aerial attack for the Blue Devils struggling a bit in this one. That last drive only produces a net of 3 yards, and again, no 1st downs in that drive.
Rodriguez stands at his own 16-yard line to receive. Good snap. And he will punt it away. This one end over end, falling toward midfield, is fielded by Blanchard and then gang tackled by the Blue Devils, who got downfield. Great pursuit getting downfield. I saw Cabrera in there. The initial hit, though, was Michael Crowley, the junior, who got there to put the initial hit on Blanchard and then got some help.
Right now, Leominster's offense still, if you're taking a look at this stat sheet, still to this point in time with only 1 first down, and it was on the touchdown rush in the first quarter. Other than that, we've had 5 offensive drives by the Leominster offense and no other additional first downs. Right now, they are struggling to get a drive going.
Tomahawk 1st and 10 right at midfield. Shotgun set, quad receivers wide to the left. The single receiver is Blanchard out to the right. They'll snap and throw toward the quads, does Greenwall. Pass is caught heading toward the sideline and taken down there. It was Jason Levin, 26, with the catch, and he was stopped after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. The ball now on the Leominster side of midfield for the Tomahawks. 2nd and 8 from the Leominster 48, and they're running the hurry up right back on the ball. Empty set, 5 receivers out in the formation. Greenwall with the shotgun snap. Back to pass, got a lot of time. He gets to step up in the pocket and throw. Looking for 11 and incomplete. Once again, there was Liam Curtin to make that timely hit to separate the receiver from the football.
Right now, the defensive backs for Leominster have been absolutely masterful. I know we've talked about them quite a bit this season, kind of getting a little bit nervous here and there, but absolutely phenomenal play right now by the defensive backs.
And the Tomahawks will spend a timeout here with the clock stopped with the waning seconds here
Up there last.
of this first half. Coming up at the half here on the K-Zone, we'll head to break and then come back and recap it all for you. Kate's got first half stats, scores from around the region, lots of interesting ones in the early window. We'll see what's going on in this traditional evening window on a Friday night as well. Plus, we will get you our player of the first half and more.
So what you're saying is I got a lot of work to do.
Our mid-game adjustments coming up
So
at the half
what you're
as well. For those of you, Kate, joining us on Leominster TV, you'll take that quick break, and the Leominster High School Marching Band setting up for their halftime show, and that's coming up here at the half on the K-Zone. Good opportunity also, by the way, to mention the Breakfast for the Band, sponsored by the combined Rotary Clubs of Fitchburg and Leominster, coming up on Sunday, November the 24th. That's the Sunday before Thanksgiving. 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., Leominster High School cafeteria. General admission is $8. Children under 8 are free. Tickets can be purchased at a variety of locations. Be sure to get your ticket to Breakfast for the Bands.
We had a mess
on
on
third
our
down. Yes, we did. Back to pass was Greenwald. He snapped the pass complete. It was touched and then shoveled along. Moved forward for the Tomahawks to the Leominster 31-yard line. Great presence of mind. And they tried to get one more play off as they were waiting for the clock to restart. They could not. And to halftime go the teams. To the locker room and the tunnel they go. Through one half of play, the difference is a 2-point conversion. Algonquin 8 and Leominster 7 here at halftime at Doyle Field. What a first half, Kate.
was able to get a score with 8:30 remaining in the second quarter. It was a 5-yard touchdown rush. They went for their traditional 2-point conversion at the end of that touchdown drive, and right now 8-7 in favor of Algonquin going into the half right now, Todd.
8-7, as Kate says, Algonquin on top of Leominster at the half. And those first half stats brought to you by ClearPath for Veterans in New England, supported by Northeast Insurance Agency. Lots of scores pouring in from around the region tonight. You can get that feeling. It is the 8th week of action and a lot of game deciding, playoff deciding, seeding deciding games out there. So lots of updates coming up here. But first, Kate, if I'm not mistaken, quick break here and then we'll reset, come back with these stats. All right, Algonquin 8, Leominster 7 at the half. We step aside here on the K-Zone. Hometown Bank halftime show continues in a moment. Halftime from Doyle Field here on the K-Zone. Doyle Field. Todd Robbins alongside Kate Robbins, Bill Thomas on assignment on this Friday night, November the 1st. Time now for the halftime scoreboard. It's brought to you by Fraticelli Oil. Exceptional comfort, warmth, and efficiency for your dollar. Heating with environmentally friendly wood pellets from Fraticelli Oil Company in Leominster. Clean burning, high heat, low carbon, and low ash. Made in the USA. Service available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Same day delivery. Online at FraticelliOilCo.com. Fraticelli Oil, the place to save heating dollars. Let's take a look at that afternoon window first. These scores are final. St. John's tops Wachusett in a battle for the top of Division III Central Mass on this final week of the regular season. St. John's a winner 14-7 over the Mountaineers at home at Pioneer Field. North Middlesex tops Marlborough 20-14 in overtime. That one a final. Speaking of overtimes, Blackstone Valley Tech tops Assabet Valley 32-26, a final in overtime. And for Assabet Valley, Kate, a tough first loss to their arch rival, the Beavers of Blackstone Valley Tech. Tantasqua tops Grafton 21-14. Northbridge over Auburn 21-6, the final there. Now, games in the traditional evening window that are going on out there right now. Halftime score, Sean Sweeney reporting for the Sentinel. Westboro on top of Fitchburg, 14-0 at the half. The Red Raiders failing to score over at Crocker Field through one half of play. Westboro 14 and Fitchburg nothing through one half over at Crocker Field. Doherty on top of Shepherd Hill, 27-23 for the Highlanders on the road tonight. This is a big road test for the Highlanders. Their first in many weeks. They've got a halftime lead of 27-23 over Shepherd Hill. St. Bernard's running away at halftime from Sutton. It's 35-0 for the Bernardians over Sutton. 35-0 at the half there. St. Bernard's over Sutton. Murdoch on top of Gardner. That game in the second quarter, 8-0 for Murdoch. More scores to come as we continue throughout the night. We'll get you a whole bunch of final scores coming up at the half. That's our, at the post game. That's our halftime scoreboard. It's brought to you by Fraticelli Oil in Leominster. It's time now for our peak performance of the first half. It's driven by North End Subaru, a proud member of the Colonial Automotive Group. Route 13, 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg. North End Subaru, a proud President's Club Award winner and stellar performer dealer. Online at northendsubaru.com. Kate, North End Subaru drives our peak performance of the first half, and I have a guess it's wearing 4-4.
I think you're probably right. We're going to go with number 44 for the Tomahawks, Rio Ferguson. That was the name that I heard all around southern Worcester County before this week. 17 rushes, 119 yards. His long was for 42. He also has a reception. It was for -1 yard, but he does have the lone touchdown for the Tomahawks, the 5-yard touchdown rush with 8:30 remaining in the second quarter to put the Tomahawks up 8-7 at the end of the first half. But the bright spot, Leominster set here to receive the opening kickoff of the second half, Todd.
And ball is on the tee, 40-yard line at our left. And they look for a little pooch opener here. Hostage will chip it downfield toward the Leominster 30. The Blue Devils will fall on it. It's Tyler Bedard getting on top of that one. Officially marked it around the 32-yard line, and that's where Leominster will get the football. 1st and 10, their own 32 coming right to left. Second half kickoff brought to you by Fidelity Bank of Leominster. The idea that businesses do well creates a brighter today and tomorrow for everyone involved. It's a win-win-win. Now, who doesn't like that? Your Fidelity Bank, helping you get where you want to be with heart. We'll have our mid-game adjustments coming up after this. Leominster first down play, 1st and 10, their own 32 at right hash, coming right to left. Shotgun set for Caden Constant. Trips open side left. Play action fake to Reynolds. Goes underneath to the slot for Arlie Galat. Galat makes the catch on the receiver screen and reaches forward toward the Leominster 34. It'll be a gain of 2 and 2nd down and 8. Just underway, second half action. Algonquin on top of Leominster 8-7 with 11:40 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Right now, Leominster's offense needs to just get a drive going. Obviously down by only a point right now, but they haven't had a first down since the 1st quarter. They've only had one in the entire game. They need to get a drive, a sustained drive going here.
Indeed they do. Constant with a low snap fielded, and on 2nd down, the hand to Justice Reynolds. Reynolds steps into the hole, works his way across the 35-yard line, and gets pulled down just shy of the 40 at the 39. Gains a fistful more. It'll go for 3, maybe 4, and it'll set up a 3rd down and 4 to go for Leominster. Their own 39 need to move the ball to their own 43 for the first down.
Right now, the Blue Devils offense needs to be a little bit more efficient. A lot of 3rd down plays for both of the teams, both Algonquin and Leominster, but Leominster struggling to convert on 3rd down.
Constant shifts Reynolds behind him into a pistol set. 3 receivers in the formation. Got a blitz that came off the right side. Constant rolled, floated one toward the sideline for J.V. Rodriguez. Rodriguez makes the catch, going into the boundary at the Tomahawk 39-yard line, out of bounds, but a flag down on the play. At the moment, it's a gain of 22 on a prayer to J.V. Rodriguez. Pass interference is the signal against the Tomahawks. Penalty declined. It's a Leominster first down and a gain of 22 for Constant, finding J.V. Rodriguez with a floater.
Right there, we got a 3rd down play, a 3rd down and moderate, and Leominster airing that one out for the 22-yard gain, puts them in Tomahawk territory, and finally we get an offensive drive on our hands.
Indeed they do. Leominster moving the football, 1st and 10, Tomahawk 39. Shift back to that pistol set with Reynolds behind Constant in a modified gun. Snap, play action fake, roll out, throw to the left, high and outside and incomplete. Looking for our league and Constant floated that one long and far of its intended target. Incomplete. 10:07 to play here in the 3rd quarter. The clock stopped on the incompletion. 2 flags are down, back toward the line of scrimmage. There are 2 flags on the play. Ineligible receiver downfield against Leominster is declined. Holding against Leominster will be accepted and enforced, and it looks like it's going to be enforced from just about the line of scrimmage.
And
they are still running the ball back, and they will put it down at the 49-yard line of Algonquin. It will be first down and much longer. Leominster needs to move the ball to the 29-yard line of Algonquin for a first down, so a 1st and 20. Shotgun set here for Constant with Reynolds, the back, standing to his left. Twin receivers open to the right. Shotgun snap, play action fake for Constant. Looks on the slant coming from the slot left, and in and out of the hands, incomplete. It was J.V. Rodriguez, the intended receiver. Tom Garifron was the defender in the area, and that pass again high and outside kick.
I think we're seeing Leominster's offensive adjustment. Already 3 attempts in the air for Constant and the receiving core coming out of the half. They are 1 of 3 in the air with a 22-yard touchdown pitch and catch from Constant to Rodriguez, but I think that is their second half adjustment that we've seen thus far.
2nd and 20 from the Tomahawk 49, and the snap and the give this time for Reynolds. Reynolds pushing the blocks downfield as he got to the right sideline, crossing the 45 and angled out of bounds around the 44-yard line. Picks up a good chunk back. It'll be 3rd and more manageable, still 3rd and long, 3rd and about 17.
If Leominster is able to successfully get that passing game going, it's going to make things a little bit easier on the rushing attack for Leominster, because you're going to have to then be, stay honest if you're on defense, if they're able to get more of a multi-dimensional set going. But in that first half, nothing really going on either the rushing or the aerial attack. So right now, Leominster just trying to get a drive going.
Trip set up wide to the left of the formation. Constant on 3rd down and 15. Low snap, fielded. Got some time trying to keep it alive. drive. Defender falls into Constant, and he is sacked at midfield. The defender on his hands and knees was Troy Montgomery, who crawled to Constant to make the sack. It'll be 4th down and extreme from midfield, and Leominster will be forced to punt as another drive runs dry.
Things start going in the wrong direction. You get a flag, and then you get some negative yardage, and things not going all that well. That drive only nets 18 total yards for the Blue Devils on 1 first down.
Personnel problems for the Tomahawks. They're running players on the field. Flag out on the play. The officials confer, and it's a substitution infraction against the Tomahawks, so they'll enforce the penalty. It'll make the punt a little more manageable and allow Leominster to drive the ball down a little deeper, as they'll put the ball down at the 45-yard line of the Tomahawks, right in the middle of the field.
That's the Tomahawks' 7th penalty of the night for a total of 50 yards in penalties.
Got a good look at that one on the replay from Leominster TV, that 3rd down play. And Constant thought the receiver wasn't open downfield, and so you could call that a coverage sack, but Constant, it looked like he just needed to throw the football, but this is a developing quarterback, the sophomore. That timing has got to be clicking.
Officiating right now, clunky going on right now out there.
It's slowed down the play substantially as they're trying to get the enforcement right. 4th and 16, 9:06 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Leominster to punt again. Good snap. Rodriguez, better punt, drives it downfield. It will be returned by Tom Garifon, and now a flag is out and whistles kill the play.
That was fast.
And I believe that's going to be an improper fair catch signal, is what I'm assuming, because Garifon fielded it and then immediately started running, and the official downfield said that was a punt signal. They're saying that perhaps that fair catch was signaled kind of low, about waist high. The official accepted it and then flagged it for him trying to play the ball. And so that will nullify the ability for the Tomahawks to make a return. They'll enforce a penalty for an invalid fair catch signal, and they'll put the ball down back across the Tomahawk 15. Looks like they're in the neighborhood of about the 12-yard line.
Well, that certainly starts the drive back a ways.
Yeah, for the Tomahawks, I would say this is one of their worst starting field positions of the day.
Oh, I would say that's true.
8:53 to play in the 3rd quarter. They got a 1-point lead. It's 8-7 Algonquin.
Their own 7 was the worst.
I backfield, under center, Riley Greenwood. Calls the center, and now gives the football, and will put the handoff in the hands of Ferguson. Ferguson will race out to the left edge, turn left corner, people still falling off the pack toward the 15-yard line, and ends up out of bounds after a gain of 3, it looks like, for Ferguson. Yeah, they're going to mark it as a gain of 3 to the 15-yard line, 2nd and 7.
A tough 3. Good job by the Leominster defense being able to contain that outside edge. That's something that has been a little bit porous, particularly on that side of Leominster's defense. The defensive front on the right-hand side of Leominster's defense, a little bit porous on that outside edge, and Ferguson able to take advantage of it.
Twin receivers packed tight to the left sideline on this I formation. The snap from Greenwald and the give to Ferguson. Ferguson steps into the gap, is hit almost immediately and taken down right about that 15-yard line. So call it no gain. 3rd down and 7 to go. The Tomahawks need their own 22-yard line for a first down. 7:50 and counting to play here in the 3rd quarter. And Kate, you made an allusion to it. Mid-game adjustments brought to you by
I thought I was going to get
Whitman
the read.
and Bingham Associates, civil engineering, land surveying, and environmental planning at its finest. Offices in Leominster and Chelmsford. More online at whitmanbingham.com. Experiences in the name, Whitman and Bingham Associates. Kate will have her mid-game adjustments coming up in a moment. 3rd and 7. Greenwald the snap out of a gun. Rolls toward the sideline and throws. Pass is caught out of the air. It's Garifon making the catch going into the boundary, but it will only gain 5. It'll bring up a 4th down and about 3 to go.
But that is the 6th receiver.
Coming into your living room on Leominster TV, Jack Sully in the action there. Saw that football coming right at him, and the catch made by Garifon going into the sideline. 4th down, 3 to go. Good snap to the punter Hostage, but it is shanked off the side of his foot. The Tomahawks will knock it down, but they will knock it down at their own 27-yard line. And the ball to Leominster. Was that about a net of 5 yards, Kate, if that?
I think that's about right.
And so Leominster will get the benefit of a botched punt to get great field position. 1st and 10 at the Tomahawk 27, going right to left. This is an opportunity, Kate, if we're talking about the Whitman and Bingham mid-game adjustments,
yes,
they need to capitalize on for Leominster. They've got to capitalize. They've got to string together plays. They did it on the first drive, but then they failed to score. Here's 1st down and 10. The snap to Constant, give it to Reynolds. Reynolds gets an explosion into space. There is a flag out behind the play. Reynolds is still on his feet, crossing the 15-yard line, and is dragged down around the 13, but it's not going to matter. Up quick is the holding call, and it will be coming back. Nullifies a nice gain by Justice Reynolds.
Gain of 15 for Reynolds on that one, going to be negated. Matt Wernan checking in on Facebook Live. Don't worry, he's checking in from his fire pit just a few blocks away, but he does say, go blue. Thank you, Matt Wernan, for checking in. Always fun to hear from you.
Always good, by the way, for a fire, too. You can always get a good Facebook fire photo from Matt Wernan as well. Now, tonight, he gets to watch the game on social media and sit by the fire. What a better deal.
How could life be any better?
Absolutely. Pistol formation, trips to the open side left, Constant with the snap. The give to Reynolds. Reynolds is grabbed up high and taken down on the play there. Looked like Mike McAvoy maybe in there.
All I know is it was a clothesline, an absolute clothesline.
And it led to more lost yards, and once again, another Leominster drive that is mired in the muck. Third down and 20.
I think Matty Wernan has it right. We might have to just go to the fire pit. I mean, just watch that. It's a great time. How could life be that? A Friday night, a brisk, nice Friday night.
No doubt about it.
Clear skies after all that rain. Why not? Listen to the K-Zone, put on LTV, watch the game. It's great stuff.
2nd and extreme long, twin receivers open left. Here's the snap, give it to Reynolds. Reynolds tries to get on his horse, bouncing the ball across the 40-yard line and taken down shy of the 435 of the Tomahawks. Looks like down around the 37-yard line. Only goes for a gain of a handful, and it'll be 3rd down and slightly more manageable at 3rd down at about 17 or 18.
It's going to be a gain of 2 on the play for the Blue Devils. Again, sparse are those first downs. Only 2 first downs on the night. This is the 7th offensive drive for the Blue Devils, and they got to get something going.
3rd down and long. Leominster sends 3 receivers wide to the left. Liam Curtin single coverage, short right. Shotgun set here. Reynolds in the backfield. They'll make that Cordero. Low snap. Constant's got it. Time ticking away. Constant launches downfield. Throws long of J.V. Rodriguez and incomplete. There was a jump ball. Rodriguez was not going to win that one. Garifrion was in the area, and the pass will fall incomplete and bring up a Leominster 4th down and long in Tomahawk territory. They'll snap the football from the Tomahawk 36. Santee Rodriguez will punt from the 48-yard line, and a chance to pin Algonquin deep again. Good snap to Rodriguez. And he'll do a nice job with that little pooch punt downfield, trying to pin him toward the 10-yard line, and it will be touched down there. Nice touch by Santee Rodriguez. Had a little coffin corner angle on that one. Wasn't able to drive it all the way out of bounds, but it will give the Tomahawks the football deep in their own territory. 1st and 10, their own 11-yard line, coming left to right. 4:49 to play in the 3rd quarter. 8-7, Algonquin on top of Leominster.
Part of the problem is we've been talking about how nice a job Santee Rodriguez has been doing the last several weeks. That's a problem if you are a member of the coaching staff, because you don't want to be talking about this particularly.
The development of your punter?
The punter. Yeah, you don't want to be talking about that.
Not the one you want to be talking about, that's for sure.
No. But he is doing a very nice job.
Greenwald goes under center with a 3-back line behind him. Here's the snap and the give. No matter how many backs you put back there, all of them tough, and this one looks like coming up from the bottom of the pile. That was Cassius Clay. Gets his first carry of the second half. Gains 2, 2nd down and 8.
Still the greatest name. Still.
Hey, if you're going to be named for anyone, the greatest boxer to ever live,
the great one.
Cassius Clay, original name of Muhammad Ali. Not a bad one to be named as.
Certainly tough.
4:18 and counting to play here in the 3rd quarter. That's a big name to live up to.
That's a big name to live up to.
Greenwald under center with a 3-back formation behind him. The snap Fake the give, rolls out on a pass, looking downfield, catch is made into the boundary, and it is hauled in there. Another nice catch by Colin Wing, laying out for that one. And there's a flag down, back downfield. It's a personal foul, blow to the head called against Leominster. And so they'll add 15 more after the gain of 18 on the pitch and catch.
Who was the receiver on that one again?
It was Wing, the tight end. Take a look at the end of the play here, see if we're able to see it on Leominster TV. The rollout from Greenwald. And nothing that we could see on that replay angle, but a great catch by Wing at the end, burying his toes into the sideline as he lays out to make the catch.
With that first down, that is the, let's see.
Well, it'll be first and 10 for the Tomahawks. Ball moved to the 47-yard line of Algonquin with the catch and the 15-yard enforcement on the other end. The give to Ferguson on first down. Ferguson goes backward, trying to then come forward, and the Leominster defense says, drops him back across the 45 at the Tomahawk 44, loses 3, second and 13.
Right now, Ferguson, that's his 20th touch of the night on the ground, 119 yards on the ground, so he's been able to be stopped quite a bit in this third quarter. He only has rushes for a total of 3 yards, so the defense of Leominster doing a nice job keying off of Ferguson in the second half, being able to kind of mitigate the damage that he's been able to do.
Split backfield behind Greenwald, snap, 2 fakes, rolls, now screen, throws back against the grain looking for Ferguson. It hit him incomplete. Kyle Philbin picked it up just in case and started the run back, but the signal was a forward pass. Even though it was in the backfield, it will fall incomplete.
That's the classic. You're looking upfield before you have safely gotten the ball.
Got to secure it first before you can make a move.
Although I'm one to talk. I'd be running in the opposite direction.
They'll place the football back down shy of the 45 at the 44.5 yard line. 3rd and 13 for the Tomahawks, their own 44. Quad receivers to the right of the formation. Leominster showing blitz over the middle. The snap for Greenwald. He'll roll out hard to the right. Looks downfield and throws. Blanchard in open space. Makes the catch at the Leominster 40 and down at the 38-yard line with a Tomahawk first down, and the drive persists. Gain of 16 on the play for Greenwald to Blanchard.
And with that pitch and catch, that is 9 of 14 is Greenwald. He's got 64% completion for a total of 101 yards passing. That right there with that reception to Blanchard, he has now had 6 different receivers catch passes in their aerial attack. Again, 64% completion tonight for Greenwald.
A bit of a duck through the air, but it found its target nonetheless. They mark it at the Leominster 39, and it's 1st and 10. There was a second handoff there. Ferguson ended up with it. Forward he went across the right numbers, across the 35 and down around the 34-yard line.
You said Ferguson on that?
Yeah, Ferguson had the ultimate carry. And down on the play there, John Fontecchio, the right guard, he's writhing in pain right along the 35-yard line of the Blue Devils, and Coach Taylor Allen comes running in from the sideline. It was an inside handoff, not a second handoff. It was an inside handoff. They made a nice fake to Cassius Clay. The handoff went to Ferguson. He came from the left of the formation and drives his way to the Leominster 34-yard line. Got a good look at that one on the replay with our partners at Leominster TV. 2:11 to play here in the third quarter. It's Algonquin 8 and Leominster 7. And a chance for a check of our time and temperature, and it's brought to you by Chapdelaine Truck Center. The right truck can make your job easier. Chapdelaine Truck Center, selling and servicing commercial trucks since 1969. Chapdelaine has the best selection of pre-owned and commercial trucks, period. Stop by Route 2A in Lunenburg or online at chaptruck.com. 42 degrees under clear skies with the wind chill, feels like 36 at 8:27 on a Friday night, November the 1st, here on the K-Zone.
We have an update coming in from Crocker Field. Fitchburg High School just scores in the third quarter to tie it up at 14.
That was a 14-0 Westboro lead at the half. 2 touchdowns for Fitchburg already in early second half action. Knots that game at 14.
That update coming courtesy of Mr. Michael Roberts. Thank you, sir.
2:11 to play here in the third quarter. Yes, Kate?
The newlywed is watching, Miss Lindsay Rocco. Congratulations on the big day. She's watching on Facebook Live.
Formerly Lindsay Delikiai in the Leominster area. 8-7 Algonquin on top of Leominster coming off that injury. Fontecchio will go to the sideline for at least one play. They'll reset the line. It'll be a 2-back split offset to the left. On second down and 4 to go. Snap, fake, give, comes from the corner, and Stevens, he was the right halfback. Stevens races to the left edge, and he moves his way forward across the 35, and he's cut down shy of the 30-yard line at around the 32.
Thank Liam Curtin for saving that one for the Blue Devils. He came streaking across into the far side to be able to stop that one short of the first down.
8-7 Algonquin on top of Leominster. Todd Robbins alongside Kate Robbins. Bill Thomas, third member of the team on assignment for this Week 8 action here on the K-Zone and Leominster TV. Happy to have you with us on a clear, cool night at Doyle Field. On third down and a yard and a half, Ferguson gets the give across the 30, down around the 27, and it's a first down for Algonquin. The drive continues once again.
With that is his 22nd carry. He's got 130 yards on the night, does Ferguson. He just keeps racking up the yards. The only thing not racking up right now for Algonquin is the scoreboard. Right now, it still remains an incredibly close game.
If you're the Leominster defense, at some point, you're going to have to make a play to get this Tomahawk team off the field.
You're going to have to help out your offense. They need the help.
On first and 10 from the 28, the snap and the give, Cassius Clay. And Cassius Clay into the second level with some room across the 20 to 15. Caught from behind by Kyle Philbin and ridden to the ground. But it's a Tomahawk first down on a gain of 16 for Cassius Clay.
That's the 4th first down of this drive for the Tomahawks. Right now, they don't have an answer to the Leominster Blue Devils for this continued rushing attack. And right now, because Riley Greenwald is able to mix things up with the aerial attack, 101 yards in the air for Algonquin's offense, they're doing just enough and have just enough weapons to keep Leominster's defense on their toes. They have catches now to 7 different receivers, and they have 3 different backs that are doing the yeoman's job of the rushing.
Tomahawks rush to the line with 10 seconds to play in the third quarter, and time expired. So 3 quarters in the books here from Doyle Field. The score, Algonquin 8 and Leominster 7. Tomahawks threatening. The teams change ends in the all-important 4th quarter when we come back. This is Leominster football on the K-Zone. Bonus coverage for those of you joining us on Leominster TV. Want to thank our great staff of volunteers here at Leominster TV for joining us tonight and bringing you this great coverage. Bradley Bedard up on top of the truck, Keith DePerry inside the truck, Jack Selly down on the sidelines, bringing you the great in-the-action views that you've been getting all night long. Thank all of them for their commitment in coming out and bringing you a look at this great game on Leominster TV, Comcast, Verizon. There'll be replays available on YouTube throughout the week and weekend on Comcast and Verizon as well. And remember the live Coach's Corner Monday night, 6 o'clock here on Leominster TV. Myself and Leominster head coach Devin Gates. Medical Arts Hearing Instruments, the El Camino Restaurant, MP Crowley Company Incorporated. Thank you so much for your underwriting support and making this great programming possible on Leominster TV as well. You're going to get a look at the 4th quarter underway as Radio rejoins us now. Teams change ends. We begin the 4th quarter here on the K-Zone. On first down and 10, the snap and the pitch from Greenwald into Ferguson's hands. Ferguson racing toward the left sideline. Across the 10, then the 5, and runs out of real estate toward the left sideline. Ends up out of bounds at the 4-yard line, does Real Ferguson.
But the most impressive aspect of that particular play was the heralded block by Cassius Clay to make room for Ferguson on that left side of the offense so that he could set that outside edge and get some positive yardage. It's a beautiful pickup of 9 for Ferguson, but he should turn around and thank Cassius Clay for that beautiful block.
And Cassius Clay will be the down fullback in this straight back I formation with Ferguson dotting. Greenwald under center on 2nd and a yard. Snap, give it to Ferguson. Ferguson takes it back across the grain to the right of the formation. He gets popped up on the play, but down toward the 2-yard line. He may have fumbled the football, and he did, and Leominster came up with it. Leominster's got the football. Arlie Galat jumping up and down with it in his hands, and the Tomahawks fumble on the doorstep, and Leominster takes back over. 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line. Fortuitous defensive play. We said it moments ago. The Leominster defense was going to have to help out their offense, make a play, and they did there. Separate the running back from the football and recover it. And it was just a really strong hit that loosened the football up, and Galat somehow came out with it.
That 11-play drive covered 84 yards, and it is stopped near the goal line.
And so a 1-point game it stays. 8-7 Algonquin. Leominster football 1st and 10, their own 4. Give it to Bryant Cordero. Cordero spun down on the play, came out of his own end zone.
Need to stay out of your own end zone.
Indeed he does. Slow to get up is Bryant Cordero. He went down kind of awkwardly. And the signal from the sideline, and we could hear it, it looks like a shoulder. Perhaps a dislocation down there. The medical team will respond just 2 minutes about into this 4th quarter. 10:56 to play. Quarter 4, 8-7 is Algonquin's lead on top of Leominster, and Leominster's defense makes the play they need, gets the Tomahawks off the field, and then first down play, and Cordero gets injured at the bottom of the pile.
We said it in that last offensive drive for Algonquin. Leominster's defense was going to need to step up because right now the offense has been struggling so mightily since that first touchdown. So we said it in that last offensive drive, and that's exactly what ends up happening. Leominster's defense comes up with a big stop toward their own goal line, and now, just like what Matty Wernan is saying on Facebook Live, I agree with him, it's time for the Leominster offense to pick up where the defense has left off. They need to pick this up, put it on their shoulders, because their defense is pitching a near shutout.
Indeed.
Beautiful performance, so pick it up offense. Let's see what you can do to match that beautiful defense that we're seeing out there.
And in part, that's been the story of this 2019 season. Leominster has been anchored by fantastic defensive play and has been one or more offensive plays shy of what they needed, or 1 or 2 offensive scores shy of what they needed to win the football game. And this isn't going to help Bryant Cordero going to the sideline with his shoulders pseudo-immobilized as he goes toward the sideline. They may hopefully be able to treat that and get him back in. We'll keep an eye on him.
And last week, that rushing attack of Reynolds and Cordero being able to kind of ping-pong back and forth between the two very different running styles, was able to keep St. John's defense honest. But right now you're putting the ball squarely in Reynolds' hands and going, okay, go ahead.
And Reynolds will stand next to Constant in their own end zone on 2nd and 11. Snapping from their own 3. Low snap, Constant got it, kept it himself. Got out of his own end zone with a full head of steam across the 5-yard line. Taken down about the 7. Flags fly at the end of the play. The officials converge, pushing and shoving there. Constant was at the bottom of that pile. Jack Philbin was down there. Somebody took exception to something that happened at the tail end of the play. We'll see if this benefits Leominster, and a nice job by Arlie Galat to get in there and shove his teammates back to not further complicate the situation. Officials sort things out. Leominster High School football on the K-Zone. Brought to you by Rollstone Bank and Trust. Rock solid banking since 1846. Garapi Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Leominster. Rhino Linings of Leominster, where nothing beats a real rhino. Bolton Orchards, apple season is here. And Woodcombe Insurance, right coverage, right price. So the signal was a personal foul against the Tomahawks. There was 2.
And then an offsetting one against the Blue Devils. So it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, so they all offset at the end of the story is what ends up happening. And it looks like on the down marker on the field, Kate, they're showing 3rd down.
Oh, 3rd down.
3rd down and about 7 to go. Leominster needs to move the football to their own 14-yard line for the first down. It's like 13.5-yard line for the first down.
They just need to convert.
Indeed they do. 2 receivers in the formation, 1 to either side, and the shotgun snap for Constant. Drops back into his own end zone. Now steps up as he's pushed, and he's taken down on the play. The official says no, he's out of the end zone. Tom Garafon coming in saying safety, safety, safety. But you get your point of farthest progress, which was out of the end zone. Leominster will drop back to their own goal line for 4th down and 12. But
lucky.
Ugly drive here for Leominster as they were not able to put it together. So now they need to safely punt and change field position is what's got to happen here. And Santee Rodriguez will have his back back heels clicking his own end line.
Right now, Leominster's offense does not have a single offensive drive that has gone for a net of more than 18 yards. That one went for -1 in total.
Rodriguez gets the snap, and he stepped out of the end zone. It is a safety. Santee Rodriguez was lined up with his back heels on the end line, and they say he stepped out of his own end zone when he took the snap. It's a 2-point safety on the board for the Tomahawks. They take the 10-7 lead. We'll have to take a look at a replay, see if there was somebody down that end, if we could get a good look at it. Not sure that there'll be a definitive look, but we'll hope we can get a little bit of a clue as to what happened. Teams are coming back up the field. 9:06 to play in the fourth quarter. 10-7. Algonquin's lead is now a field goal, and Leominster will have to commit the free kick to drive them back downfield. And Kate, I said it, they have to safely get the ball away in order to be able to do something with it. Stepping out of the back of the end zone was not what they needed.
Here's the replay coming up on Leominster TV. You can see Rodriguez all the way back in his foot, yes, on that white line.
Sure looks like it. We don't have a definitive angle, but it sure looks like when he stepped back, he kind of stepped out to his right, and that right foot may have touched the end line. Remember, all you got to do is make contact with white.
It's on there.
And it sure looks like that back heel was on the white. But again, not a definitive angle.
And this is an experience coming to hurt you.
First time where Santee Rodriguez has been asked to punt from his own end line.
Correct.
And it hurts.
Oh, yes, it does. Now Leominster also on their kickoff going to be backed up well into their own zone. And right now, I mean, you have Algonquin players on special teams that are lined up all the way at the Leominster 30-yard line.
Santee Rodriguez is running over here to the near bench.
Needs the tee.
And now he's picking up the tee and running back out onto the field.
He's not...
Coaching staff concerned that the play clock is running here for Santee Rodriguez. 10 seconds now showing on that play clock. You know you're not going to get the countdown of the final 5.
No, you are not.
And Rodriguez on the approach, and he will kick it away from the tee. Solid kick going downfield. It will hop around the 38-yard line. It'll be fielded on the one hop. Full head of steam toward midfield. A hit and taken down. On that return, it was Will Paglia, and the Leominster defense dropped him, but not before. He brought the ball into Leominster territory, crossing midfield to the 49-yard line. And that's where the Tomahawks have the football after the safety and free kick. 1st and 10 at the Leominster 49-yard line at right hash. 8:58 to play in the fourth quarter. Leominster trails by a field goal. It's 10-7 Algonquin after the safety.
It's going to be a very interesting 9 minutes coming up. Neither side really able to get a drive going in that last one. Leominster's defense fortuitous to be able to stop the Algonquin offense. Let's see if they can come up with yet another stop.
The motion man was Stevens. The handoff went to Ferguson. First man through the hole, and he found a gap across the 45 and taken down at the 42-yard line. Looks like a gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
It is, and that's going to be Ferguson's 25th carry. He's got 145 yards so far.
8.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. 10-7 Algonquin's lead. Here on the K-Zone, Todd Robbins, Kate Robbins, Bill Thomas on assignment for this Week 8 action. We look forward to having him back with us next week. Wherever we may be in these crossover and playoff games. Stay tuned for more on that coming up in the postgame.
These are going to get interesting.
Yeah, 2nd down and 3 to go. Here's the snap. Ferguson gets the 2nd down carry right into the teeth of the Leominster defense, and Kyle Philbin is the wedge that says no more. You're not coming this way, and pushes back Rio Ferguson. Note here as we're late in the fourth quarter of this one, but Coach Devin Gates was telling us this week, promoted both of the both of the Philbins to captain, did Coach Devin Gates this week. So Jack Philbin, as well as Kyle Philbin, promoted to full captains for the Leominster Blue Devils, well deserved in their leadership over multiple seasons.
That's just a testament to their leadership. They're phenomenal in the locker room, and obviously absolutely phenomenal for the Blue Devils, especially on defense.
4 receivers set, one comes in motion left to right as Green Greenwald gets the shotgun snap, rolls to his right and throws toward the sideline, in and out of the hands, and incomplete. Ralph Gutierrez was the motion man. He was also the intended receiver downfield. He can't pull it in, and it'll bring up a Tomahawk 4th down and 3 to go at the Leominster 42. They need the Leominster 39 for a first down, and yes, Kate, I agree. Punt coming up here. Here comes Coleman Hostage. JV Rodriguez is going to go back around his own 15-yard line to receive. Ground ball snap. Hostage played it with a touch and pooched it downfield into the back of a Leominster player. There's a loose football and there's a scrum. Who has the ball? Tomahawks think they have it. There's a battle there, but it looks like a Blue Devil is on top of it, and Leominster does have it. Who got to the bottom of the pile to make a great save? Larry Naujum got to the bottom of the pile and came up with the football, saving this game for Leominster.
Hearing a lot of boos.
Yeah, boos rain down on the field from all directions there, and it's a flag out on the play. The officials picking it up. The signal looks like it is against Algonquin. Not sure what happened there.
A lot of talking. Again, just slowing things down. The amount of talking.
So they're going to run forward. That 15-yard personal foul looks like assessed against Leominster. There might have been a faked second kick, we're told here.
Yeah.
That may have led to that personal foul.
Against Algonquin.
Yeah, nonetheless, it's enforced against Algonquin. So it's a first down and 10 to go for Leominster. They get the benefit of the field position after the flag and the fact that Larry Naujum was Johnny on the spot and came up with the football. So it's Leominster first down and 10, their own 36, going left to right. The snap and the give to Reynolds gets it, keeps on his feet, and Reynolds keeps his way forward. Cross midfield, go 40-yard line. Taken down shy of the Tomahawk 35 at the 36. Justice Reynolds with a gain of 30 and a nice stiff arm to free himself up there as well.
Well done by Reynolds to be able to keep himself, get to the outside and find a little bit of room. He found a little bit of daylight there, gets a nice pickup of 30, and again, only the 3rd first down for Leominster all night long with 6:48 to go in the 4th quarter. They got to put the full drive together.
A Leominster first and 10 from the Tomahawk 36 going left to right. Constant the snap, feed Reynolds again. Reynolds into the middle of the pile across the 35 and down around the 34-yard line. Gains 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 to go.
All of the defenders for the Tomahawks going for the strip there. The Tomahawk defense knows they have to stop Leominster, because if you give Leominster the opportunity to get the touchdown, they're going to take quite a bit of time off the clock, and then they go up by potentially 3 or 4. Then you're forcing yourself to have to get another touchdown, and neither team has been able to score at will tonight.
Trips to the open side left. Liam Curtin is one-on-one short to the right. Constant with the shotgun snap, back to pass, all sorts of time. Looking downfield, now he's going to tuck and run. And Constant will dip his shoulder toward the 30-yard line, taking on 4 Tomahawks before being dragged down after a gain of about 3. It'll bring up 3rd down. They'll give him a gain of 4. 3rd down and 4 to go. Ball will be right about the 30-yard line. Leominster needs the 27 of the Tomahawks for a first down. 5.5 to play here in the 4th quarter. Leominster chasing 3. It's 10-7 Algonquin.
It's a long 3 at that, though, to get to the 27-yard line. It's looking more like closer to the 26 that they need to gain.
Shotgun for Constant with Reynolds in the backfield. Got some time. Coverage downfield is good, and Constant's going to step up in the pocket and run again. This time, crossing the 25 and hauled down at the 21-yard line. It is enough for a Leominster first down. Caden Constant not finding what he wants downfield. Gains 9 with his legs, and it's enough to move the chains for Leominster. Only
Drive for Leominster so far that it has had more than 1 first down, and it's coming courtesy of the legs of the quarterback, Constant. Basically, he's not finding anything downfield, and he's having to tuck the ball and run. Luckily Unfortunately for him in this drive, it's paying off, but he's going to have to find either receivers or he's going to have to find a back that can get the job done.
Reynolds behind him in the pistol this time, and Reynolds will get the snap on 1st and 10, and he will get the handoff from Constant on his way to the right corner. Slips through the defense, still turning his legs across the 10, still driving. That's determination and a Leominster touchdown. A 21-yard run for Justice Reynolds. What determination on that play.
And that's exactly what it is. That's all it was. He essentially patently refused to be tackled, and that's what you need. He absolutely wants to win this ball game, and so put it in the hands of number 26. He had a great week last week, and he needs to continue to be a leader in that backfield.
Just kept backpedaling. Leominster TV with a great definitive look at it. He just kept backpedaling to keep his motion going till he slipped away, and the Tomahawks allowed him to slip away and into the end zone. Back on the field, point after is up and good for Santee Rodriguez, but there's a flag out after the point after went through toward the upper field. So for the moment, Leominster the 13-10 lead, but we await the results of the flag. Holding is the signal against Leominster. But the officials look like they're heading back up the field. And the officials are going to bring them back on. That point after will not count. So take the point after back down off the board. Leominster's lead is 12-10. They'll enforce a penalty, and then they'll have to retry.
13-10.
13-10, excuse me. They didn't put the point after up there. Thank you, sir. Yes. Mike Griffin, Johnny on the spot. He is the guy putting the points up after all.
That's right. That is right. So with that touchdown, that is Reynolds' second touchdown of the night for the Blue Devils. It comes.
There's a lot of conversation happening out there on the field between officials. Both the back judge, the line judge on the sideline from the Tomahawks. Now there's a huddle again. There's been more huddles wearing stripes in a day and age when there's no huddles on the offensive side of the field for either team. Holding is the signal against Leominster. Ultimately, that was the penalty that's enforced. And so Leominster will now be snapping the ball back from around their own 15. They'll kick it from their own 20, middle of the field. Durkin to hold for Rodriguez. Snap the ball down, swings the leg, plenty of leg, over the bar and good, and back up the field. A 30-yard point after is good for Santee Rodriguez, and Leominster's lead is 4 at 14-10, 4:23 to play in the fourth quarter. Wow. We'll take a quick break. This is Leominster football on the K-Zone. Bonus coverage for those of you joining us on Leominster TV. You've been watching right along with us, and what a mess it has been at certain points, but Leominster makes the drive count.
5 plays covering 64 yards. They took 3 minutes off of the clock. They come up with 3 first downs, the last of which is the touchdown by Reynolds to put them on top right now.
.4:23 to play in the fourth quarter. 14-10, Leominster has regained the lead on the determination of a touchdown run by Justice Reynolds.
A lot of time left.
There is a lot of time left with 4:23 to play here in the fourth and just a 4-point lead. Leominster's defense will be tested again. Rodriguez on the approach, launches another one downfield, a beauty to the 15-yard line where it will be returned by Cassius Clay. Cassius Clay with a full head of steam across the 25, go 30, then 35, and take it down at the 37-yard line, and that's where Algonquin will have the football 1st and 10, their own 37, coming from right to left with 4:15 to play in the fourth quarter. They chased 4, Leominster 14 and Algonquin 10.
We've said it time and time again this season. Leominster has been defined by their defense. There has not been a single game in which Leominster has been in it where their defense has not been the hallmark of that game. So it's only fitting in week 8 that you put this squarely back on the back of your defense and you ask them to get you the W.
1st and 10 for the Tomahawks, snapping from their own 37. Under center, Greenwald with Kyle Philbin in pursuit. Kyle Philbin gets to him, going the wrong way downfield is Greenwald, and he's thrown down at the 20-yard line. They're going to say his point of farthest progress is the 30, but it's a loss of 8 nonetheless on the solo sack by Kyle Philbin.
Wondering why he's the captain, anybody?
Coming coming from one of those inside defensive tackle spots on that play, and he got to the quarterback, swimming his way upfield, and does it all by himself, does Kyle Philbin.
That's exactly what you want to see, that dogged pursuit in the backfield. Philbin absolutely masterful on that play.
On second down and 18, out of a gun, Greenwald steps up from the right numbers, downfield, jump ball, Liam Curtin with the interception. He got hit by Tom Garifrion after making the interception, but Liam Curtin pulls that one out of the air. Leominster football, and Liam Curtin has had a great day on the defensive and special team side of the football. Curtin did a nice job playing center field. As you take a look at it on the replay on Leominster TV, he leaps, makes the interception, and has presence of mind to secure the football while going to the ground. Great interception by Liam Curtin.
Defense.
We'll make that our play of the day. It's brought to you by Viola's Fitchburg Tire and Service, a family-run business selling most major tire brands since 1964, offering their truly unique free summer to winter tire storage online at fitchburgtire.com. Viola's Fitchburg Tire and Service, where the price we quote is the price you pay. That play of the day, an interception by Liam Curtin. Flag out at the end of this one as Reynolds gets the first down carry. He'll be taken down shy of the 35 on Leominster's side of the field.
That's in the area of offensive holding.
And he is slow to get up, is Justice Reynolds. He will come up a little gimpy, but he'll run it off back toward the huddle.
And if 26 goes down, the options get even thinner from the running back position, because we know that Bryant Cordero had to come out injured. He was immobilized from his shoulder.
No sign of O'Shawn Dixon tonight.
No sign of O'Shawn Dixon tonight. No sign of Cora tonight. So right now, 26 is the rushing attack. And so if he goes down, I don't know who you put back there.
On first down and 23, we wind under 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Leominster with the football and a 4-point lead. Reynolds will now switch to the right of Constant, now back to the left. There's twin receivers to the right of the formation, and the back judge launches his flag up in the air, and it will be a delay of game against Leominster.
Yet again, a lack of a signal per the Federation rules for the last 5 seconds. We got the 10-second signal. We do not get the 5-second signal. If you're going to go to the Federation rules, give us the signals.
And that is what they say in the officiating manual. There was supposed to be a 10-second signal by a hand over the head, and then the final 5 seconds are supposed to be chopped off basketball style, indicating the final. The 10 seconds already up on the 25-second play clock. Remember, it's a 40-25 on administrative resets, and Leominster will snap the football in first and longer. Constant with the ball, throws a defender off of him, keeps it himself. There's a flag out downfield at the end of that play.
Leominster thinks that's going to be up against Algonquin.
Jack Philbin in there with Tom Garifrion.
They think it's going to be against number 16 for the Tomahawks with Geffrion. You're right.
And Micah Stinson is signaling that they need help. Caden Constant is up,
lame.
walking very gingerly on his left leg, but trying to walk it off. Personal foul against Algonquin comes at the end of the play, they say. So 15 yards from the end of that play for Leominster will move the ball significantly downfield.
Yet another scoring update from Fitchburg from Crocker Field. Another tie ball game. Fitchburg scores on a 58-yard touchdown pass with 1:31 remaining in the fourth quarter. The score is tied at Crocker, 21-all.
Westboro and Fitchburg in an epic battle over at Crocker Field. Back and forth they've gone, tied at 21. We thank Mike Roberts for checking in with that one as well from over at Crocker Field tonight.
So from Leominster, it looks like it's going to be second down and about 9.5. And right now, we're a little bit worried about Constant still limping around back there.
But he's at the quarterback spot with Reynolds next to him. Good snap. Give it to Reynolds. Reynolds showing no ill effects of his last hit, and he takes it right into the middle of the pile, stopped at the Leominster 39-yard line. A solid gain of 4, almost 5. And a timeout taken on the field to stop the clock with 3rd down and 5 to go.
Well, and that's been the beautiful thing. Although the amount of flags have happened in this offensive drive, it's been fortuitous for Leominster's offense because it's brought so much time off of the clock. So the flag's fortuitous. So even if you're not able to get a drive really going, they've had so much time come off the clock that right now they really only need one first down.
Leominster High School football on the K-Zone brought to you by Leominster Credit Union. You're somebody. Troy Hebert Construction, your first choice for your needs. High Country Workwear, the store that works for you. And Acme Carpet One, 4 generations of quality work from your neighbors.
Right now, Leominster's offense needs to just hold on to this one. We need to convert here on third down, be able to move those sticks, and then the clock becomes a negated factor in this one. And right now, you can just feel the tension in this stadium. Leominster is desperate for a W. They haven't had a taste of a win since week 1 on the road against Westfield. The home crowd hasn't seen a win all season long. They're desperate for it. They're hungry for it. The offense needs to convert here on third.
2:25 to play in the fourth quarter. Leominster with that 4-point lead at 14-10. And Kate is right on the money. Leominster can taste it. Can they finish it? Constant with the shotgun snap. Give it to Reynolds. Reynolds into the second level of the defense. Dragged down across the 45 at the 46-yard line. And it's a much-needed Leominster first down from the offense.
They will absolutely take it. That is Reynolds' 13th carry of the night for 83 yards total. And that is the 6th first down all night long for the Blue Devils. But it comes at an absolutely opportune time. It moves the sticks. The clock will continue to run. We are now below under 2 minutes to play in here. Keep going, Blue. Keep going.
1:50 and counting to play here in the fourth quarter. Constant on 1st and 10 from their own 46. Give it to Reynolds again. Reynolds into the second level and free across the 45 and caught from behind at the 41-yard line. It's another Leominster first down as Justice Reynolds is running at will, but no, he is now down in a pile, injured on the play.
Well, this becomes the situation when you're asking one person to just absolutely carry the offensive rushing attack for your team. When you can't diversify that rushing attack, you're putting so much strain and so much pressure on his body and his body alone. It's a lot to ask of one person, and right now Leominster sending in number 44 onto the field to go into the fullback position. That's going to be Nico Martinez, because right now the amount of injuries that have piled up all season long for Leominster, you're going to have to find somebody to go back there.
And Martinez will stand to the left in this shotgun set. 2 receivers open to the right. Snap and give it to Nico Martinez. Right away tested. And he'll plow it into the pile, cross the 40, down to the Tomahawk 37-yard line. Goes for a gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. And a timeout taken on the field by the Tomahawks, their second charge timeout of this second half of action of this fourth quarter, if you will, here on the K-Zone.
Right now in this second half, Leominster's offense has been doing much better. They're up to 101 yards rushing. In the first half, they only had 6 rushing yards total. So that means 95 second half yards on the ground for the Blue Devils. They've also been able to get 4 different receivers in the mix for a total of 5 receptions for 36 yards. They've been able to bring a little bit more of a multi-dimensional set. Reynolds back out on the field limping. He's going to go back in there. He's going to drag his body to the end of this game if it kills him, because you know what? You can see how bad these Blue Devils want it. He's going out there and saying, I'll take the ball, whatever, give it to me. I'm still walking, I'm not bleeding, I'll take it.
14-10 Leominster's lead. 1:20 to play here in the fourth quarter. Constant in the gun. Justice Reynolds returns to the game and gets the carry on 2nd down and 7. Loses a defender, works his way toward the 35-yard line before being finished off, and the Tomahawks will quickly spend their 3rd and final timeout.
That's it.
And for Algonquin, that's all they have left. Coach Taylor Allen will bring the team in to talk to him. 3rd down, 3 to go for Leominster. A first down finishes this football game off. It would be academic from there as the Tomahawks could not stop the clock.
All these Blue Devils want is a W.
Power player in the second half, Kate. It's driven by Daewoo North Superstore. Let them show you how easy it is to buy a quality used car in Lunenburg. At Daewoo North, fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right leads to satisfied buyers. You can check out their virtual showroom of cars and trucks and SUVs online at DaewooSuperstore.com. Daewoo North Superstore. Find the perfect car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. And Kate, lots of options for power player.
I don't think there are lots of options. Right now, I'm looking at number 26 for the Blue Devils. He has 99 of the 104 yards rushing for the Blue Devils. He has both touchdowns on the night. The first coming from the first quarter, the second, the very important one, coming with 4:23 remaining in the fourth quarter. Right now, it's the Reynolds show, and they will live by that and die by that.
On 3rd and 3, give it to Reynolds again. He plows it into the pile. No gain on the play, which will bring up fourth down. The officials signaling.
Anything
They're
special?
confirming the clock. 59 seconds is what's showing officially on the scoreboard clock here at Doyle Field. And now they're going to start running that clock. And the officials are going to run that clock down. 48 seconds is what officially remains, they say, as they'll take the time back down off the clock that they had signaled to stop it.
We're at 38.
Now they want 41 seconds on the clock. And so that's what they will attempt to.
41, 21, 20.
Perhaps 21?
21? 21.
And now they'll stop it. 21 seconds to play.
And a timeout for
And a
Leominster.
timeout taken by Leominster with 21 seconds to play in the fourth quarter and a 14-10 lead. Leominster can kneel this football down, but they face a fourth down here, which would turn the ball over. So under traditional circumstances, you could just snap it and kneel it down. You can't do that here, because as soon as you do, clock stops and it's a turnover on downs. So Leominster has to make a play here, try to take off what times they can. They can try to take off what time they can, and then eventually turn the ball over. But you can't go too far into your backfield because you're going to turn the ball over.
Yep.
So you really need to advance the ball and try to get a first down.
Gotta get it.
Or perhaps punt the football.
Maybe
Pooch it
punt.
deep and try to pin them downfield.
Maybe punt.
14-10 is Leominster's lead. What a football game it has been here on the K-Zone. AM 1280, 105.3 FM. And, of course, you can join us on WPKZstream.com. Coming up this Sunday, Scholastic Sports Zone, Coach Devin Gates. He'll be Howie Kahn's special guest in studio. 11 to noon on the K-Zone, usual cast and crew with Howie Kahn. 11 to noon, the Scholastic Sports Zone featuring Leominster High School head coach Devin Gates comes your way this Sunday. Call-in guests include Fitchburg head coach Tom DiGeronimo, and then, of course, Monday night on Leominster TV, the live Coach's Corner. Devin Gates and myself will break all of this down. Hard snap.
There it is.
Algonquin had violated the neutral
That's a
zone,
first
and I believe
down.
Leominster got themselves a first down. Coach Devin Gates is pumping his fist like he got it.
That's a first
Offside signaled against Algonquin. They'll enforce the 5 yards. It is enough for a first down, and it will seal a Leominster victory, their second of the season.
They'll take that every day.
And Leominster will go out in victory formation for the kneel down. 14-10 will be the final. They got to kneel it once. Constant up under center. I see JV Silva in the football game for the first time in a couple of weeks. Constant will kneel it down. 15 ticks to come off the board. Handshakes and celebrations all around. We said it in our K-Zone pregame. We meant it, and Leominster did it. This Blue Devil team needed this victory in order to build for the rest of this season. A loss would have been completely detrimental to the remaining 2 weeks of the regular season and put Thanksgiving in jeopardy. This Blue Devil team got a win with their back against the wall after losing 6 in a row from week 1. First win, 34-6 at Westfield. They've lost 6 straight, some of them tragically. And Leominster gets a win in week 8 to conclude that 8-week regular season with a 14-10 victory over Algonquin. An all-important and hard-fought victory for this Blue Devils team, Kate.
Oh, there's absolutely no question about it. They absolutely scraped and clawed their way to victory. It wasn't pretty. Once again, the characteristic of this team, their calling card all year long has been defense. defense played a masterful game tonight. They were able to stop a very productive Ferguson from just absolutely taking over this game, and Leominster's offense did just enough. It did just enough to get them the victory, and we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it.
And that's what they will do. Leominster will improve their record to 2-6. The Tomahawks will finish the first 8 weeks at 3-5. We want to thank the great volunteers of Leominster TV for bringing you this great coverage. Replays on YouTube and on Comcast and Verizon throughout the week and weekend. Live Coaches Corner Monday night at 6 o'clock on Leominster TV. For Kate, I'm Todd. For those of you joining us on Leominster TV, we say so long for now. It's your job to go over and flip on your radios because we're just getting started over on the K-Zone. AM 1280, 105.3 FM, WPKZstream.com. All sorts of excitement. We'll recap all of it. We'll talk about scenarios, scores from around the region as well. We'll get you that tight final over at Crocker Field in Fitchburg. It was 21-all between Fitchburg and Westboro last we knew. All that to come on our post-game extra on the K-Zone. Join us right now on WPKZ's variety of channels. We can tell you, Fitchburg and Westboro are going to overtime. Leominster football on the K-Zone brought to you by North End Subaru, a stellar performer dealer. Whitman and Bingham Associates, where experience is in the name. And Chapdelaine Truck Center, the right truck can make your job easier. Post-game extra comes your way next. AM 1280, 105.3 FM, WPKZstream.com. So long, Leominster TV. Come right back on the K-Zone. This is Leominster football on the K-Zone.